Hello there everybody, this is NightYoshi here, and today, let's play Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo. And boy am I excited for this one. My second favorite game of all time, just barely behind Super Mario World. I love this game so much, I'm so happy I'm finally doing this one. And here we have Donkey Kong and Cranky Kong. Obviously Cranky Kong is all old style and whatnots, you know, with the records and whatnots. And Donkey Kong has to come in with the stereo, and then Cranky blows him up because, you know. I love that intro. It just has so much charm to it, you know. But, yeah. And as you can see with Profile 1 there, I have beaten it to 101%. And that is what I'm going to do in this LP. It's going to be a little bit different than what you'd normally expect from a 101% playthrough of this game. But you will see where everything is, I promise. And this footage right here is actually from the Game Boy Advance version, just FYI. When they ported this game to the Game Boy Advance, they actually added in this little story intro, so I figured I'd go and show it off so you guys can see what the story of the game is. You know, because I'm sure a video game about, you know, monkeys and apes and all that, I'm sure it's going to have the greatest story of all time. You know, this will put William Shakespeare to shame, I'm sure. It's the small one. Steal him inside this barrel and toss in the bushes. Donkey Kong's bananas are ours. Why are you putting so much emphasis on the S? Or is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know. And I don't care. And don't worry, Crush doesn't have an annoying laugh like that in the Super Nintendo version. I'm not doing the Game Boy Advance version. Let's just get this out of the way right now. This is the Super Nintendo version. I just wanted to show off the story intro, because the Super Nintendo, for whatever reason, did not. I mean, I know the exact reason why. It's because the story's in the video game, in the manual itself, but I figured I'd go and show this off so you guys have a visual look of what the story is. So, looks like Diddy Kong has been kidnapped, sealed inside a barrel, thrown into the bushes, although when we go outside he won't be in the bushes, oddly enough. And the banana horde got stolen, so now we gotta go get it back. Yep. Definitely puts everything Shakespeare did to shame, I'm sure. Anyways, those bananas shouldn't be there. What's going on in here? Oh no, my banana horde! We already saw that in the Game Boy Advance intro, but I figured I'd show that off anyways. So this is Donkey Kong Country, a very fantastic 2D platformer, one of the best if you ask me. And, yeah. So the controls are simple enough. You push the B button to jump and hold the Y button to run. Now when you first push the Y button, and there's this little Donkey Kong's little slap attack. But anyways, when you push the Y button the first time, you actually do a little somersault. When you're Diddy Kong, however, he does a cartwheel, and that can be used to take out certain enemies. And it can also be used for the roll jump, which I use right there to get those extra life balloons. Why are the extra lives represented by balloons? I don't know. But who cares? This game's awesome. And there we have Rambi the Rhino, who's pretty awesome for finding bonuses like that. And, yeah, you want to find all the bonuses you can, because if you do, then you get the good ending to the game instead of the, well, I wouldn't say the bad ending, but the neutral ending, I guess. It doesn't change things up that much, but you guys will see when I beat this game. So, yeah, and I failed that bonus horribly, but I'm not too concerned about the animal tokens. You guys will see the animal token minigames, don't get me wrong, but I'm not that big on collecting them. So, yeah. And that's the end of Jungle Hijinks. Pretty quick level, and as you can see right there, there's an exclamation point next to it now. That means we got all the bonuses, and we can move on to Ropey Rampage. Fantastic. Only now it's raining, which sucks. It's actually been raining quite a bit around here lately, and I don't appreciate that, because as I'm recording this, it's November 2nd, and it rained just yesterday, a day after Halloween. Which really sucked. But anyways, there's a Rambi token over there, and I got that very skillfully, if I say so myself. And these armadillos are called Army. They are kind of annoying when you're playing as Diddy, because when you hit them the first time, it takes them out of their ball form, and then you hit them a second time, and that kills them. When you're Donkey Kong, you just jump on them and they're dead, but not with Diddy. You have to get them out of their ball form first, so that kind of sucks. So you're probably wondering, why am I playing as Diddy instead of Donkey Kong then? Well, because Diddy's faster, and he's better at the roll jump. Like I showed you with the treetops earlier, you know, you can try that with Donkey Kong if you want, go for it, but I certainly wouldn't, because Diddy is simply the better character for that. That and Diddy Kong is one of my favorite video game characters of all time, so yeah. There's a Winky token, but we won't be seeing Winky's game for quite a while, so yeah. And over here is one more bonus. Just down there we go. And now we just gotta watch out for that red balloon. The red extra life balloon. Again, I don't know why they chose balloons, but they did. So, yeah. I'd also say right now, there's not a whole lot to say about this game, you know, there's no really complicated controls or anything like that, and that's why I love this game so much, you know. There's nothing complex about it, it's just a simple, fun platforming adventure that I like, you know. Very simple, very fun, very easy to get into. That's the end of the second level, got all the bonuses, so let's go visit Cranky, why don't we? Because Cranky's pretty cool. I mean, he's cranky, but you know. This here's Rhino Country. I thought it was Donkey Kong's country, but okay. 3 lives and 3 continues, that's all we had. That must have sucked. Games never looked like this when I was a lad. Yeah, they look amazing now, don't you agree? And we were much better off in those days as well. Well, I'm going to have to disagree, because Donkey Kong Country is so awesome. Bet you thought this was 64-bit, eh, boy? No, but I think Donkey Kong 64 is. I've got more gameplay in my little finger than you've got in this whole game. Oh, that's a big no-no. You know what they say, all graphics and no gameplay. And I do think people were starting to say that back in the day. The crafty Croctopus corners his crook of collectibles at it in his keepers. If you find any barrels with DK on them, smash them open. Your buddy might be inside. Thanks for the advice. After a while, Crocodile. So yeah, that's the reason why you go to Cranky's so you can get advice. So yeah, you don't have to do that if you're very familiar with this game like me, but I went ahead and showed it off anyways. And let's go and switch to Donkey Kong. To do that hand slap, by the way, you push down and the Y button. I actually didn't know that as a kid, believe it or not. I didn't find that out till much later, so I'm glad I know that now, though, so I can find bonuses like that. And yeah, I'm already running out of things to say. It's already only part 1. That's not good. I have more things to talk about in the next level, though, so there's that. And also one thing I gotta say now that I love about the first 2 Donkey Kong countries at least, I love how all the crocodile enemies' names start with a K. Like that was a critter there, that jumping guy. These bees are called zingers, and they suck because they have spiky bodies, so you can't jump on them, which really sucks. You know, I never realized. Oh, those snakes are called Slippa, by the way. I never knew that bees were about the size of spider monkey or whatever type of monkey Diddy is, and the size of a gorilla, so that's interesting. I never would have guessed that. This game is very educational, don't you know? Because, hey, it's a video game, that obviously means it's the same reality, right? So you got more Kremlings here, and jump on their heads. And there's more Slippa. I'm probably just going to stick with calling them snakes and whatnot, though, just because nobody wants to hear me call them Slippas and Kremlings and critters and all that. In fact, I think that's what those are called, is critters. I might be mistaking them for something else, I'm not sure. I always get the enemy names mixed up once in a while. So that was Reptile Rumble, there's the exclamation point, we got all the bonuses, and it's time for Coral Capers. God, I love this soundtrack, seriously. Donkey Kong Country seriously has one of the greatest soundtracks ever. David Wise, if you ever watch this, I just want you to know you're a genius, because your music is amazing. This soundtrack is just one of the greatest of all time, without a shadow of a doubt. Donkey Kong Country 2 had a great soundtrack as well, Donkey Kong Country 3. Donkey Kong 64 soundtrack was pretty good, and I don't really remember any of the tunes from Donkey Kong Country Returns, and oddly enough, that box disappeared. Why? I don't know. Excuse me. And the fish here are called bite size. Get it? Because they're bite size? Anyway, so over there is a croctopus, and the thing that sucks about croctopus is you can't kill them. Trust me, I've tried. It can't be done. So, there's the checkpoint barrel, so if you die, then you'll go back to the nearest checkpoint, which is always nice. Well, okay, I guess I should call it the half point, more so. There's only one checkpoint per level. It's usually halfway through the level, so yeah, and there's another on guard for you in case you lost the one you got. The little sharks there are called Chomps Jr., and the big one here is called Chomps. Why they didn't call them Jaws, I'm just going to assume it has something to do with copyright. Anyways, we swim up here, and we got the end. One other thing I want to go and mention now about the water worlds. There is an unguard in every water world in the game. That's something I really like about the original compared to the sequels, is that there's always if you're ever underwater, there's always an unguard, and I like that. Unguard the swordfish is awesome, don't you know? And one of two animal buddies have perfect attendance, but anyways, that's Coral Capers, and here's Funky's Flights. Let's check it out. Whoa, dudes, my name's Funky Kong. My bodacious jumbo barrel can launch you to any point on the island. Most unfortunately, it can only send you to a place you've already been to, which is a complete and total bummer, let me tell you. But you know what's not a bummer? This theme music. So awesome. Definitely the best theme Funky would ever get throughout the entire series. His theme in Donkey Kong Country 2 isn't bad or anything. It's good too, but I definitely prefer the original. And as for 3's theme, don't even get me started on that. But don't worry, we'll talk about Donkey Kong Country 3 someday. In the future. Future I'm not looking forward to. Now, we actually want to skip that shortcut barrel. That'll take you to the halfway point, but you actually want to skip that, and I died there, because now I can get to show you the proper way to go. So, the way I showed you was just the shortcut way, so you could skip all this, but I want to show off this area, and you can still get up to that shortcut through that barrel right there. So, if you don't feel like climbing to the top there, you don't have to, but, again, I just want to show this off, because, you know, why not? You know, I want to show off everything this game has to offer. Or at least just about everything. Everything I can think of, at least. And, kill those critters there. And jump the barrels. Gotta love the name of this level, too. Barrel Cannon Canyon. Just rolls right out the tongue. I don't really want it, but let's go and do the Rambi minigame now, since it's right there. I actually was debating with myself whether I was going to do it or not, but here we go. So basically, when you get 3 of the animal tokens, you go to a minigame, and you just want to collect as many tokens as you can here, and then you get extra lives for every 100. So, this is probably either the second hardest or the hardest overall, depending on who you're asking me. I think it's easier than Unguard's, but certainly it's not easy. So, go over here, and hey, look at that, giant one, and it gives us double the tokens. So I got 744, which is going to result in 7 extra lives. Yay! So it was kind of worth the death, wasn't it? And I already showed off what I did earlier, so we're just going to use the shortcut here, because why not? And every time you get 100 bananas, you get an extra life. Honestly, there's so many ways to get extra lives in here. There's really no reason you should ever get game over, unless you're in a really difficult level. But yeah, as long as you do it all in one sitting, you'll be fine. And you know, that's one of the reasons why I love Donkey Kong Country so much. And that was a lucky shot back there, by the way. I did not plan that. That was literally a lucky shot. But that's one of the reasons why I love Donkey Kong Country. You know, it's not too big. It doesn't go overboard. You know, it's a simple and fun pick up and play in an afternoon game. I love it. So much fun. There's another bonus for you. And here we can get another extra life balloon. So let's get that. There we go. We'll worry about the unguard tokens later. You will see all the mini games, don't worry. And, yeah. One thing I should also mention too, the barrels with the white blast sign on them like that, those are automatic. So the second you go in those, they're shooting you right away. But the ones without that, you have to manually shoot. So you have to push the B button to shoot into them, into the other ones. So, yeah, just figured I'd throw that out there. And, I don't know what else to say about this level, but thankfully it's almost over. And then we'll be on to the boss fight. And let me tell you now, I got a lot of things to say about the boss fight, man. Rareware, if you ever watch this game, you guys are monsters for the first boss alone, because my goodness, it is ridiculous. Anyways, there's the exclamation point. And hey, Candy save points. Let's see what she has to say. Hi, I'm Candy Kong, and this is my save point. If you want to save your current game, jump into my spinning barrel. Okay, that doesn't sound weird at all, but alright. Thank you. And here we have Very Naughty's Lair, and oh my god, this freaking boss. Rare, you went overboard with this. I mean, look at this. He requires me to jump on him? Oh, that's so annoying. I would rather just roll into him. Oh my god, that's so hard. I'm amazed I got him without getting hit. Oh my god, hardest first boss ever. Oh, freaking Rareware, what were you thinking? Okay, it's pretty obvious I'm just joking around. But seriously, that was pathetically easy. In all seriousness. But anyways, folks, that was the first world, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in part 2. And seriously, that boss is really easy. Don't take what I was saying seriously, please. That boss is so ridiculously easy.